Some people think we're just helping the students that are in the field. In reality, this experience is reuniting families. We have a chance to help families come back together. When I look at why am I here at WinGate, why do I want to do wilderness therapy? It's because it's the healthiest environment and the most powerful environment to do one of the most important works we have. Because I will tell you, all the modalities that I worked in, every single one of them, I will tell you right now, none of them have the power that this has. I can do more in weeks, in hours, in the wilderness environment with kids than I could do for months, years. And I'm a much better therapist in the wilderness because it does the work. The lack of walls does therapy. Laying under millions of stars. We have kids who haven't seen stars because they're in the city and they have no idea the amount of stars. They will choose to sleep under the stars just because they're in awe. They've never experienced what it's like to be so connected with the earth as to sleep on it. They come in and parents will be like, my kid can't read very well. He doesn't like, or she doesn't like to read. They won't read. And I remember it was probably about 2 years ago. I was sitting with a young man who was 14 years old and had never read a book. He had so many learning disabilities and struggles. And I gave him a book called Anatomy of Peace. And his mom said he's not gonna be able to read it. Somebody's gonna have to read it to him because he can't read it. I gave him that book. And because of the therapeutic serenity that is the wilderness, before the end of the week when I went back, he had finished the book. He read his first book ever. And it's not an easy read. It's not a picture book. It's a book written for adults. When I told his mom, she was astonished. And all of a sudden, he asked me for a second book, so I gave him Touching Spirit Bear. Another book that he finished in a week. I gave him another book a week later. He finished that one in 3 days. By the end of it, I was giving him a couple books a week. This is a kid that had never read, never finished a book, probably never started a book. And little by little, this young man who was kicked out of class, kicked out of schools, because of his behavior, because he didn't fit in, all of a sudden had a love for learning. My wife's a teacher. She can't do that in the classroom. She'll tell you. At WinGate, we do it in the wilderness. But we also focus on the family members. Our goal is to teach parents how to parent again. If I can teach the child how to be parented, and I can teach the parent how to parent, and how to deal with the child when they're at their worst, I've reunited a family because now they are resilient. They can solve their problems. It's no longer the entire therapeutic industry trying to solve all their problems. By teaching parents how to deal with their children at their worst, we create a family system that can function together. If you're a mom or a dad wondering, is this the right thing for me? You don't have to take my word for it here in this video. You can come see for yourself.